Tonight we're going to be watching Godzilla found footage Living with Monsters, and appropriately, we are in fact going to be learning how to live with monsters. Thank you for joining me. Let's get into it. Good evening. Welcome back. Thank you to the people on Instagram who recommended this to me. I'm very excited to check this out. I've been hearing a lot of people talk about Godzilla in analog horror and in found footage stuff for the last couple of months now, and I'm kind of woefully ignorant of most of the stuff going on in that scene. I've heard of the man in the suit, and I've seen some of the Godzilla movies, a lot of the more modern ones. I think I've seen one of the much older ones. Specific, I don't remember the exact name of it, but it was specifically Godzilla fighting like a robot version of himself, and it was really cool. Even if it was like a little bit cheesy, it was really fun. And I was like 13. I was very young. I barely remember it. It's just like a hazy memory. And I just think the idea of having giant monster, I don't know, like kind of like Cloverfield almost, where there's like this giant monster and the found footage element, I think it works really well. I just as a concept. So, anyways, here we go. Found footage, Godzilla living with monsters.
This is the blast of the hydrogen bomb, which has inaugurated a new and menacing era in the history of man. Monsters.
Ooh, okay.
But where did this all truly begin? Some point to the age of dinosaurs. Others point to Godzilla, the first major encounter between mankind and the monsters. Hello, I'm Gene Maldonado, and I'm going to be your guide through this strange new world we face ahead. This is Living with Monsters.
Oh, it's so cool, man. Okay, I'm excited. I'm excited. Again, thank you to the people who requested this. The history of modern superfauna. Oh, that's a cool way of describing that. What a menacing structure.
Monsters, or as scientists have labeled them, superfauna, have been a common part of our world for nearly 7 years now. 17 attacks on populated land. Currently, there are 5 active species of superfauna classified as a threat to mankind. That would include Godzilla,
Angurus.
Canura,
Canura.
Gorgo, and
Gorg.
finally, Manda.
Okay.
But where did they come from? Sightings of monsters have been recorded since the beginning of man. Ancient artifacts depict strange, weird creatures associated with death. But the world was first introduced to monsters in the motion picture phenomenon King Kong.
Prepare to travel to Skull Island. I think I also saw one of the King Kong movies as
Prepare
well.
for a voyage to an island of death, a land of terror and danger.
Ooh. That's so cool, man.
A prehistoric world alive today.
So are they implying that King Kong was like a not fake, but that it's in-world real? Kind of meta. I like it.
See the battle of the Titans.
Spectacular thrills. One thing I've always loved about
Weird, wonderful.
these types of monster movies
Name.
is how slowly they move when they go to attack something. It's so scary. Like it was one of the first things that triggered that feeling of the one and only megalophobia that I've talked about now in a
King
couple different
Kong
videos.
attracted viewers from around the world. At the premiere, Carl Denham showcased 2 native creatures from the island as proof. The public was stunned by the documentary film.
Yeah, the documentary. That's hilarious. Okay. Such a cool idea for a video. Is that why there's
There would
bombs?
be no
specifically to kill
until
them.
4 years later, when the hydrogen bomb testing continued in the Bikini Atoll.
Or did it wake them up?
While the tests were successful, no one could have prepared for what came next.
Mm.
Washed ashore in a small Japanese village was a gargantuan reptile.
Ooh.
Gojira, or Godzilla, as he's called in the West,
Gojira.
is a dinosaur-like species believed to be hidden in the Pacific for millions of years, until the hydrogen bomb testing brought it to the surface. Scientists classified the creature as a member of the superfauna ecosystem, a group of extremely large animal species. Small fishing villages in Japan had already been aware of the creatures for centuries, but kept it a secret from the outside world. The most extreme of these called themselves Kaiju Kai, a cult that not only believed the monsters to be deities, but would occasionally sacrifice their own members to the sea as a peace offering. A few days later, after the corpse washed ashore, another Godzilla sunk 2 ships near Tokyo Bay and began its path of destruction towards the city. Preparations were set as Tokyo braced for the creature's landfall. They developed the anti-Godzilla wall that would surround the coastline and deter the creature.
The
from high
anti-Godzilla
voltages of
wall.
electricity.
Guys, it's the birds from the birds.
Unfortunately, initial reports had miscalculated the size of the creature.
Where did this
proving it to be that of a
footage
similar
come
mass
from
of
that
the
we're
one
watching
washed
here?
ashore.
Oh. Shit. Oh shit. Holy moly. I just noticed the size comparison to the telephone wires. Horrific. Whoa. You got to see him like charge himself. Okay, I'm going to stop it for a second. That's one of my favorite things about my interpretation, and I think a lot of what the films about Godzilla that I've seen so far have implied is that he's almost like a. It's not even necessarily that the creature is evil. It's awakened almost by the hubris of humanity, you know, trying to destroy the earth. We wake it up. You know, in Lord of the Rings, they dig too far and they find the demon, the Balrog, and now it's like, oh, it's their greed woke it up, basically. And if they had just not pushed so far in their obscene search of wealth, they would have, you know, that they wouldn't have caused the massive scale of destruction, and just this creature of doom wouldn't have woke up. And to me, Godzilla kind of is the same type of. It's a similar symbol of, you know, this is what happens when you fuck with stuff a little too much. It's a symbol of the hubris of our species, and I don't know. I just think it's a poetic concept, and I like it a lot. Let's continue. I'm really wondering where they got this footage from. Is it just from a bunch of different
The Fury. It was unlike anything our
Godzilla
world had ever
films?
felt.
I bet if I'd seen more of them, I would be able to
No
recognize
conventional
it.
weaponry could stop the monster.
Unless this channel
Professor
made
Kiyoe
all this
Yamane theorized that
from
what
scratch,
washed ashore
in
was
which
the
case-
infant of the species. And what Tokyo had faced was in fact the parent. He also
Okay.
believed that the city lights may have been provoking to Godzilla. That theory would be put to the test as Godzilla returned later that week. A citywide shutdown was enacted, resulting in Godzilla appearing to have no interest.
Oh, okay.
The
Okay.
United Nations
That's
held
good.
an emergency meeting. The images of Godzilla's power and devastation shocked the panel of leaders. The hydrogen bomb became a topic of discussion on how to eliminate Godzilla.
Oh. Okay. That's what I thought earlier.
A joint mission between countries, codenamed Operation Kismet. Its existence, a secret. The plan was to lure Godzilla into a specified area when he would be eliminated by the H-bomb.
Kismet.
Quarters. All hands man your battle stations. Set material conditions even throughout the ship. Make Z reports DC sensors.
So if they woke him up with a bomb, they think they can put him back in the ground with a bomb too. That makes sense. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. God, their designs are so cool. They're very classic, but like this is where it started, you know?
The monster was named Anguirus.
It's Tarkus.
Not much was known about this horned behemoth, but it was moving towards Japan.
That one
and
album
it was moving
cover.
Fast. It was unclear why until news came from Tokyo. Godzilla was still alive.
Does he like draw power from the nuclear thing? Alright, they turn off the lights. Oh, are they fighting each other? They're fighting each other. Shit. Okay. Oh, is his armadillo back a protection against his fire breath? That's so fun. The spectacle kind of reminds me of professional wrestling. Like part of what makes it fun, you know? I wonder if that's intentional, if that's like part of the inspiration for the original. It's so fucking cool. Okay, he won.
Eventually,
Of course he won.
Anguirus burrowed underground, deeming the territory Godzilla's. It traveled to New Zealand, where it has since been a constant threat to the island's inhabitants.
I would imagine. That would make sense.
The battle shocked the world. Hope for normalcy was a thing of the past. Mankind had to now accept the possibility that we were no longer in control. The great food chain had altered once again.
It's time to learn to live with monsters, my
The
friends.
battle between Godzilla
Join
and
me.
Anguirus provided information on the superfauna we were unable to obtain by any other means. For example, various body parts of the creatures, including fins, teeth, and small appendages, were found throughout the wreckage. Experts also noted certain physical abilities that pointed towards evolutionary adaptation, such as Anguirus' natural ability to shield itself from Godzilla's atomic breath. Meaning, these species have evolved to battle each other throughout time. The Battle of Osaka was just the beginning.
So they super
Eventually,
don't die then.
The Chaitin volcano erupted. An ancient species of dragonfly awakened from hibernation and fed on several small villages before being sealed in an abandoned mine.
That's horrifying. Okay.
Volcanologists still believe something larger may be within the volcano as well. Weeks later, in Hawaii, a large species of crab attacked Waikiki. Local legend called the creature Canura.
Damn, we are so fucked. This is it, guys. The world is over.
Cargo ships
That one might be my favorite.
area to be impossible.
He's so cool.
Then, off the coast of Ireland, on the small island of Nara, sightings of a deep-sea dinosaur, later named Gorka.
And that one's kind of silly looking.
Monster who only appears to be aggressive when attacked by fishermen or the local military.
This one only gets aggressive when we shoot
Then
missiles
finally,
and bombs
China.
at him.
The giant serpent Manda hunts for food in the mountains.
Oh, they all just showed up. Okay. Whoa. Whoa.
Professor Yamane theorized that further nuclear weapon use may have awoken these superfauna, who otherwise may have remained dormant.
Monsters invade Earth.
Species
What would you
who
do
had never lived together before
in this
suddenly
situation?
had to compete over resources and territory.
You should let me know in the
As
comments
noted
below.
by Canberra's home of Hawaii being within Godzilla's space, the conflicts have been numerous.
Would we, like, flee? You know, just try to get to areas where they weren't? Maybe go live in the Arctic. Hope that they didn't show up there. Ooh. I really love the fight scenes. It's really fun. Like, it's making my inner child happy for some reason.
Similarly, Manda has been a constant rival where their territories collide in Hong Kong.
Like, when you were a kid, did you ever play with, like, action figures or Legos or whatever, and you'd, like, use your eye, you'd close one eye, and, like, you'd almost frame it like it was a movie, and you'd like, come up with whole stories, whole worlds, you'd act it out over the course of weeks or even months of time. Having a character die felt like actually super important in the moment. You know, it felt really dramatic. And then you'd also, like, you'd take elements of personal angst or whatever you were going through at home or wherever, in school, wherever, I don't know. And you would take those themes or those issues or whatever you were working through, and those ideas would show up in the stuff you were making. You know, like that's what I think that's what this reminds me of, is like the really long, drawn out lightsaber duels that you'd have, like, action figures, or the like, you know, you'd have like 3 Lego guys, you know. I don't know. It's fun. It's fun. Anyways, sorry for being a dork. Let me. Okay, back to being still a dork. I like that shot.
The
That
arrival
was
of
cool.
the superfauna have had its positive impacts as well.
Oh,
Fewer times in history have we seen mankind as united as it is today. Resources from around the world are brought together to face this new threat.
that's
The
kind of.
radiation produced in the wake of these attacks has also been shown to vastly improve the fertility of soil, resulting in superfoods. While inedible currently, scientists believe that within a few years we'll be able to harvest and assist in the global hunger issue. The United Nations has begun its process of
Weird,
drafting
okay.
Godzilla Counterattack Center, a world coalition group with a singular goal of researching how to destroy Godzilla and other similar threats.
I'm going to be totally honest with you. I don't really think that inedible giant food that we hope maybe can become edible later, and humanity all working together towards one common goal, offsets the deaths of tens of thousands of or hundreds of thousands of people all around the world, and no sense of safety in anything ever again. That's just me, though. That's just my personal opinion. But it's always funny to me when people try to frame, I don't know, the worst things that could possibly happen as, well, you know, it was a good learning experience. It's like, was it though? You know, like, I'm sure it was a good learning experience for those who survived, but most of the people in the town didn't. You know, I don't know. It's, yeah, like, hard times create strong men create easy times, and easy times create weak men, or whatever. And it's like, yeah, maybe, but also a lot of people died during the hard times, and trying to like, maybe that would provide some sense of comfort in the moment when those horrible atrocities are occurring, right? Like, I'm not trying to say anything against that, but I know people, like too many people, who seem to be under the impression that hard times need to be created or simulated, or traumatic experiences need to happen, and if it isn't happening, then they need to induce it, like they need to make it happen, in order to strengthen those around them, which I personally think is bullshit. But anyways, let's keep going.
They've
This
begun
off
fast at
topic.
work in developing resources and strategies to reduce casualties from these attacks, as well
That's
as
cool.
create a universal system for detecting and monitoring superfauna activity.
Hold on, can I read that? Let me read it. Nope, not that one. Okay, alert 2, any physical signs such as voice and motion is confirmed. Okay,
And
alright, sorry.
monitoring superfauna
I
activity.
thought that was more important, my bad. Skull
Currently,
Island Research Center.
Scientists are converging on Skull Island to conduct field research. They believe the secrets to the superfauna may lie within this prehistoric world.
I doubt it. I think it's because you drop bombs on them, but
As
what do I
humanity
know?
bands together in these dark times, we become closer and closer to a day of peace. That will conclude today's program. This is Gene Maldonado, inviting you to be with us again soon for another look at living with monsters.
I would love to. The main thing that most people were requesting from me was to check out Shelter 54. But when I went to the channel, I saw this one first, and I thought, well, why not? Let's start small. Let's start over here. Not small. Not saying that this is small, but let's start from more the beginning, I guess, is a better way of saying that. Yeah. Alrighty. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining me. I hope you are having a fantastic evening. I really enjoyed that. I thought that was cool. I thought it was neat, and I'm very, very, hyped now for this film. Is a non-profit project. All rights to characters and music belong to their respective owners. Hell yeah. All right. Well, that was Living with Monsters. Wait. What was that? What was that? Hold on. Was that something? Oh, it was just a glitch. What the fuck is that, though? Huh. Weird. Okay. Project Monster. Monster movies are so fun. They're like a specific type of fun, but I think they're really cool. Okay, my friends, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're having a great evening, and that was Living with Monsters. I hope that we can all learn how to live with monsters better. The links to the original creators' video will be down below in the description. You should go check them out, check out their channel, subscribe to their channel,